Hi, I am Ash, and 3 years ago my partner Chad and I decided to buy a Victorian house in London. The house we bought was an empty shell, stripped of all original features and character. We didn't love the house when we bought it, but we knew it had good bones and we knew that we wanted to put the time and effort in to create our dream home. So off we set on our renovation journey. We had just over a month until we had to say goodbye to our lovely flat that most people would dream of. We had views of central London and everything you could want from a modern flat. But we both knew that we wanted an old home. The first room we started working on was the main bedroom. Layers upon layers of old wallpaper had to be removed. So every single day without fail, we'd finish work and go over to the house to try and tick off all the small tasks that first-time renovators could do. As I was finishing off the main bedroom, work was already starting downstairs. The floorboards we inherited weren't original and were damaged beyond repair, so we decided to replace them and also at the same time build a partition wall between the lounge and the dining room. Heading back on upstairs, the next big task was to tackle this bathroom. Everything in this room had to go. There was no other bathroom in the house, and so we needed to make sure this was livable when we moved in. We decided to create 2 rooms, one for the shower and then one for the toilet. And I'd always dreamt of having a clawfoot bath, so I really wanted to put one under this window. We used builders for this bathroom, which meant that every single time we visited the house, there was an exciting update. And after many different iterations, the bathroom now looks like this. The next part of the house that we needed to tackle was downstairs, both in the kitchen and outside. This conservatory was in such a bad state that we decided to rip it out and also remove all the concrete paving from the garden. Finally, the garden was a blank canvas and I could start designing my dream space. So I took to my notes app and drew the layout that I wanted for this garden. I've always loved formal gardens and I decided to create a type of parterre. So I placed the order for these limestone cobbles and then soon after, work began on the garden. When the tiling was finished, I could see my vision coming to life, but I quickly decided that after testing this paint colour on the fences, it wasn't really what I was going for. After a lot of plant orders in various shades of whites and purples, the garden finally was transformed from this blank canvas into the garden I've always dreamt of. At the same time, all of the leaky, faulty plumbing was being fixed, the kitchen was replastered, and we built some fireplaces in both the lounge and the dining room. They were then plastered, and finally the kitchen was delivered. The kitchen was then installed after a couple of weeks, but we decided that we didn't really love the colour that we had chosen, so we made quite a controversial decision and decided to paint the kitchen red. There were so many other projects going on at the house at this time. The strange wall separating the dining room from the staircase had been removed. We had new stair treads created along with spindles and panelling. Slowly but surely we were bringing back the traditional elements to this house. The lounge was no exception. We replastered the walls, painted it a light shade of green, and decided to build bookshelves either side of the fireplace, but then regretted painting it light green, so decided to take it dark and moody, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. This room was once plain and boring, but now it's been transformed into something completely different. We decided to add parquet flooring to the whole of the downstairs, apart from the lounge, then started decorating with the antiques we'd found. The Tyrolean from the front of the house was removed. The main bedroom was plastered, painted, panelled, and we added a custom wardrobe. And most recently, this guest bedroom transformed into a space reminiscent of a boutique hotel. One thing I've learned in the 3 years of renovating this house is that house renovations never truly end. There will always be something unfinished or something you'd like to change, but there is nothing like being able to create your dream home. There are still so many projects I have yet to finish, so hit the subscribe button as I would love for you to follow along on the journey.